paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm Harvey Freed. Alongside of me, we have a great panel this morning. Mr. Harry Glantz to my right.
Morning, everybody. How you doing today?
Doing great. Good to see you, Harry. Of course, Alex Nafusi across the table here.
Hey,
Alex.
what's up, man?
And we bring in Dan Dubinsky from Skyward Realty, downtown Royal Oak. Hey, Dan, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Got tons to share with you. Of course, house financing, mortgages, and the latest real estate news. We give it to you here, 1 hour's worth on the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. We take your calls live, 248-539-9797. We are brought to you by the fine folks at Capital Mortgage Funding. That's where you can find us all week long at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We have people in the office all weekend long. And the key is to give them a phone call because you can actually set up an appointment, bring your documents in, and get an approval letter all this morning. So if you're out there definitely looking to get into the housing market, give us a phone call there and we'll get you set up.
I know the weather's funky, guys, and we should be able to go on your boat or play golf after this. I'm in the best mood. I think like the whole vibe around the entire area has just been awesome. I like that. I'm super excited.
Well, It is strong. I mean, we did talk about purchase activity. We got Dan in here, and the first hardcore question I'm going to ask him. So I'm going to say, hey, what's it like in your area, in your farm area, my man?
It's busy. Phones are ringing, and we've talked about this before, but lack of inventory. The homes that are priced right and show well, they're moving. You have people that are jumping on the bandwagon and seeing their neighbors selling for this and thinking they can do it without doing the updates, and those homes are sitting there. But we're seeing a ton of activity.
So, Dan, your market area is Royal Oak, downtown Royal Oak, all up and down the Woodward Corridor. So say, what's hot and what's not? What's being overpriced? What's being priced right?
Everything.
What's going and what's not going? What do you say? When you say lack of inventory, okay. So Alex said last week on our show, and you called in our show, and we appreciate that when we had Mike Tomczyk, our appraiser on. You said, listen, here's what's going on. Alex said, hey, the market is really hot, but there's not a lack of inventory. It's just high priced. What are you seeing out there?
You should qualify this image. Lack of inventory for homes that are priced right, that show well, they're saleable.
It's semantics now. When you
they're
they're saleable homes. A saleable home is, we don't want to go out and take a listing if it's not priced right. It doesn't show well. Otherwise, we're spinning our wheels.
Right.
You want to go out there. Our job is to get the highest and best price for our client. However we do that by going above the appraisal price and negotiating. But what has to happen is you have to make sure that these sellers know. You can't just put it on the market and expect to get the highest dollar. You have to actually prep the home.
So drill it down really to the basics. You have how many buyers out there for how many houses that are on the market? So, for example, you say there's a lack of inventory. You have an overabundance of buyers. So for how many buyers do you have, or couples, or just willing parties? Let's talk about willing parties to buy a house versus the lack of saleable or showable or affordable homes on the market. What do you say?
I'd say 5 to 1.
Really?
Yeah, and here's
huge.
We have a lot of people that come to us and say they've been working with another agent where they've lost 3 or 4 homes. And I ask them, well, what's happening?
How do you lose a home? What do you mean they lost?
Well, they're offering to get
another offer.
Yeah, exactly. So
can I just ask my question?
Again,
well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, again, it's semantics. You never had the home, but the mentality is when you find a house and the people you walk them through there, they fall in love with it. They're automatically seeing themselves in it and so forth. Now, when we call up and say, hey, are there any other offers on the property? And we find out there's 2 other offers, we have to reposition our thinking and say, okay, are you willing to go above and beyond the asking price? Are you willing to get rid of appraisal or reduce the appraisal amount that you're willing to accept? Are you willing to get rid of some of the contingencies?
Well, but before I got beat up by my colleagues over here about how to lose a home, when you commit yourself to, I want this house, you're not going to lose it. I mean, if the house is $400,000,
right?
If you love that house and that's the house you want, you're getting that house.
You can make it work.
You're not going to lose it.
Well, what if there's 2 other offers that are offering $420,000?
I'm going $421,000.
Well, you don't know that. It's a blind bid. So you
guys are all sketchy. Why don't you be honest and tell
because you guys are all sketchy.
No, the truth of the matter is that you have a commodity that 3 people want. And we have to figure out how to put our best foot forward to make the seller comfortable to take our offer.
Right, because even though the offer might be for a few more dollars, maybe they need that 30 days of free occupancy, or they need 60 days to stay there, especially this time of year with the kids still in school, maybe till mid-June. You might be willing to go ahead and accept the offer. And again, the other side of that, Dan, is what you're talking about, is even when that family does want to sell their house, take the profits and move forward, they're having trouble finding another property. I mean, that's really scary for a lot of families.
Price and terms are equal. Price, everyone believes price is the dominant factor, that the highest dollar amount will win the property. That's not the case. Sometimes, if you can find out what the needs are of the seller.
So if you work with the seller, you're more flexible. Say you give them a 45-day occupancy as opposed to a 15-day or 20 or immediate, they're going to take it. But let me ask you this question. You hit up on a great point. We believe that there are certain contingencies that never should be waived.
Inspection.
An inspection is number one. I would never advise a client in an offer to waive an inspection.
Can I give you an example?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, the lofts that we do a ton of in downtown Royal Oak, we sold 4 of them the month before. And we have 4 offers on another property that just came on the market, same loft. And an inspection on a loft, what are you looking for? You're looking for the windows to open and shut properly. You're looking for the toilets to flush. The structure itself. Really, more importantly, is the financials and the bylaws, making sure that those are in order. If we already know that, because we've done 4 other deals, then we can waive that. That puts the seller in a safe place, saying, well, that contingency is not there. And usually it's a 15-day contingency to review all that stuff. That puts us way ahead of the game.
Yeah, there's a big difference between working with you, someone who's selling all of those units in downtown Royal Oak, for example, than maybe an agent from out of the area who comes in. Yes.
So, Dan, let's say I buy off on the loft part. What about a single-family standalone house in a regular subdivision or up and down Royal Oak?
I agree with you.
Or Ferndale, you tell me.
I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
We always have the inspection, but here's what you can do. 7 days is standard. Drop it down to 4. Anything you can do, any contingency you can make less and make it feel better for the seller. Not only when you do that, it lets them know you're thinking about them as well. And that goes a long way.
I promised I wasn't going to disclose this, but what we've been doing lately, especially in your office, is we've had our buyers literally write the sellers a letter, like a note that says hey, I love your home. I can see raising my children here. And listen, I know it's a business.
What's wrong with that? I think it's great.
No, there's nothing wrong. I don't want to give my secrets away. You know?
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Well, you pull out the heartstrings. I mean, I know it's a business and it's economics.
Listen, this is an emotional business, right? Remember, someone's raised their family there. They don't want someone to come in and
they want
100%
partner.
A family. So that goes a long way. Maybe worth a couple $1,000s to that seller to know it's going into a good home. And so, especially if you have a pregnant buyer or something like that, we push that and say,
here, if Natalie and I are going to sell our house, and I get a letter from a young couple, and whatever, there's a whatever.
Well, we know you. You're going to take
sensitive.
it.
Yeah, you want that.
I cry at the puppy videos on Facebook.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't matter. But
you're going to cry first, then take the offer.
Exactly. Of course, that's what I do.
So we use all those tools to make put our best foot forward, and that's part of it. But anything you can do to reduce the contingency times or whatever, it goes a long way.
We'll talk about a few more strategies all morning long here. Hey, join the show, 248-539-9797. There's so much to talk about always. In today's market, the process of selling your home has really never been this complex because the market is always changing, rapid changes. There's some forms and regulations to know about. Marketing options, too. There's different marketing options out there that one agent might offer versus another agent. But one thing that I see besides negotiation and all the other regular stuff is truly these homes are being displayed like none other than before. I mean, I love what I see out there when I see a home that is staged. And again, with all the different media out there, including Facebook, like as we're Facebooking live here, you can go on and you'll see all the homes that are for sale. You can click a video of the home, the pictures, and you're seeing that these homes are really being staged properly.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it until I actually watched my buyers go through. It's not so much that they like the furniture or whatever. It's for spacing. They can figure out this couch is a little bit smaller than ours, a little bit bigger than ours, and it makes sense to them to be able to figure out where stuff would go, and it shows a whole lot better.
Well, Dan, very few people can walk into an empty space and make it into something. They have an idea. They can make it better. I mean, I know how I am. I could take a look at something and make it better, but if it's empty, it's pretty tough.
I've had buyers walk away from beautiful homes for paint color.
Well, that's insane.
It is, but that's the point. Is their vision? They don't. Right. A lot of people don't have the vision of changing something to another.
Listen to me. You want to find that house that has that nasty orange and green carpeting, although it's coming back, and those nasty walls and everything. Because all you need is a coat of paint, new carpeting, and you're ready to go. As long as there's a term in real estate, as long as it has good bones and it inspects out, you want that house because you can make it any way you want.
Without a doubt. And again, the fact that other people, buyers can't see that, the price is going to come down a little bit. The biggest problem we have now is, and I tell my agents, when we're listing properties, you always look at the solds. That's number one. Look at the solds in the area. But you also looked at the active properties and see it's a law of supply and demand. If we're seeing properties go on in a day or two and then gone, we can raise that price a little bit. And let's worry about the appraisal later, but let's jump it up and try to get a higher offer. You can always come down if you have to. Mm-hmm. And we're finding that right now supply and demand and looking at actives is just as important as the sales.
And you threw it out there. You said, hey, maybe we'll increase the price. Sometimes the highest offer isn't the best offer to take. We have tons of information to share with you.
100%. It's a great way to go.
All right, 248-539-9797. When we come back, all of your calls.
Save thousands at the Cobo Hot Tub and Swim Spa Show this weekend. Save up to 50% on rows and rows of spas. See the amazing Michael Phelps Swim Spas and Hot Tubs this weekend at Cobo Spa Show. For details, log on to spashow.com or call 1-800-SPA-SALE. That's 1-800-SPA-SALE.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Spend more time enjoying spring and less time maintaining your home with Timbercrest Premium Vinyl Siding from Menards. Timbercrest has a natural wood grain appearance, and it's 15% thicker than standard vinyl siding. In 9 attractive colors, choose from the traditional look of double 4-inch wide siding, starting at $488 per piece after rebate. It's also available in Dutch Lab double 4.5-inch siding, also starting at $488 per piece after rebate. Now during Menards Spring Catalog Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
If there's one thing the pros at Advance know, it's parts.
Advance Auto Parts and Batteries. Craig can help you.
Hey, Craig, I need an oil change. Just wondering if you had any deals.
Yes, we have 5 quarts of Castrol Edge with a K&N filter for $22.99.
That's a good deal. Castrol Edge is good stuff, right?
Absolutely. Helps the performance of hard-working engines.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, you can't get better protection.
Wow, even better.
Now at Advance Auto, get 5 quarts of Castrol Edge or high-mileage full synthetic and a K&N oil filter for just $22.99 after mail-in rebate. See store for details, also at participating CarQuest stores.
Do you have your eyes on a new home but need to sell your home first? It's warming up and summer's right around the corner. If you're going to sell your home, you don't want to wait. Your competition will be listing soon. Listing now means more money in your pocket. Mark Z here with Keller Williams, and now is the time to sell. The Z Guarantee allows you the comfort of knowing that if your home doesn't sell, I'll step up and buy it myself.
Get the Z Guarantee. Call Mark Z. Call 844-STOP-BY-Z.
For some, golfing is their world. But for others, golfing is their galaxy. Celebrate the grand opening of Golf Galaxy at Lakeside this weekend with giveaways and events at both the Lakeside and Troy Golf Galaxy locations. Golf Galaxy is giving away over $15,000 in prizes from top brands. Just come in this weekend for your chance to win. Try the $1 Million Putt Challenge presented by Odyssey. Get a free swing analysis from Golf Tech. And bring in your bag for a Golf Galaxy tune-up. The Golf Galaxy grand opening celebration this weekend at Golf Galaxy at Lakeside and in Troy.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Here are a few quick divorce tips we provide our clients. Number 1, be the first to contact key players in the process. First impressions count. Number 2, at the end of the day, divorce law, like politics, is very local. Be sure your attorney knows well your judge in his courthouse, which in family court amounts to a king in his kingdom. Number 3, timing in divorce, as in everything else, is important. Passage of time always helps one side of the table, but never both. Know which side you're sitting on and act accordingly. For more info, check out dadsdivorce.com. It's a great resource, and it's free.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Michigan attorneys, a partner men can count on. 313-465-1999. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Troy, Ann Arbor, and Southfield.
1.2 million DTE Energy customers across Michigan count on natural gas every day. So what is DTE doing to keep the service safe and reliable? John from DTE is here to tell us. Hey, John.
Hello. Safety is our top priority. That's why we continually inspect and improve our natural gas system. In fact, we modernize about 100 miles of pipeline annually.
Oh, so you're preventing problems before they start.
Exactly. We're also modernizing natural gas meters by moving them from inside buildings to outdoors, making safety inspections easier.
And certainly more convenient for customers.
Well, that's the goal. We do everything we can to prevent natural gas leaks. But just in case a leak does occur, remember that DTE adds an ingredient to the natural gas to make it smell like rotten eggs, so everyone can identify it easily.
So what should we do if we suspect a leak?
Well, don't use electronic devices or open flames, leave the area immediately, and call DTE Energy at 800-947-5000 24 hours a day.
DTE Energy. Know your own power.
The next time you're in Vegas, head to the D Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip. It's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Divorce. No other word brings up as many questions. Before you make any decisions, call Adam, the American Divorce Association for Men. Adam is the most experienced and has seen it all. Call Adam at 248-356-ADAM. Online at adamdivorcelaw.com.
We always make the extra point. 97.1, The Ticket.
Well, welcome back to the show, 9:17. If you're just joining us, I can't say it's a bad day outside. Going to go up to about 54 degrees, a little cloudy, maybe some rain again, but that sun is coming soon enough, so hang in there. Again, we're going to take your calls here live in the studio, 248-539-9797. Always at Capital Mortgage at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. There's tons of stuff to talk about. If you're purchasing a house, you really got to sit down with the experts and get the right approval letter. It's always about matching the right mortgage with the situation and understanding down payment requirements, the amount of funds that are required to purchase the house. And Dan, we talked about it. So going into that break, yeah, it's not always the highest amount because as we've talked about, if the house doesn't appraise out, that family that you accepted the offer from has to have the funds to make up the difference. Yeah. And sometimes those deals just don't work out that way. They just don't.
Well, if you have multiple offers on a property and you're representing the listing, that's the time when you have those multiple offers to discuss what can your buyer do if it doesn't appraise? And are they willing to drop the appraisal number by $15,000 or $20,000? Because you have leverage when you have three offers. So use that to your advantage and get the seller the buyer to drop some of those contingencies.
Well, Dan, let's talk about first things first. When you go out, we had Mike Tomczyk on last week, and he's the appraiser, and he's really changed his thought process regarding having a realtor come out there and give him comps. Yep. He likes it now. He didn't used to like it because, all appraisers think that...
He's a normal dude, though.
Yeah, but all appraisers think that their appraisals are works of art, like they're Rembrandt or Picasso, and, come on. Okay, it's an appraisal. So the more information, my school of thought is, because I'm on the other side, the more information is better. Maybe they just don't want to put up the hassle, but he's changed, and he said he likes it. Do all of your agents go out there? Question number one, do all of your agents go out there and try to help at every appraisal now? Because everybody knows the market's very sensitive. And then number two... What we try to do when we have a borrower, we try to tell them, listen, you might have to come in with more money. Are you prepared to come in if the property doesn't appraise? So we try to save the deal. The first thing out of a realtor's mouth shouldn't be, well, if it comes in under, we'll just go to another lender.
No, and it shouldn't be. I spin it around. Hey, it came in under. This is a chance to negotiate, right? The banks, we were willing to give you the money.
That's what we think,
right? The bank's that, right? So let's look at this as a positive. We still have a contract with them. We could probably put the extra cash if we need to, but let's go to them and say, hey, Mr. Seller, we apologize, but the bank won't give us the money. Can you help us?
It's not the whole time. Time out. Stop. It's not the bank won't give you the money.
Well, the bank won't because the appraiser won't appraise it.
Exactly. Listen, we want to lend money.
I know you do.
But our collateral, if it's not worth whatever the purchase price is, we're not going to take that risk.
I'm in agreement.
Okay.
So the first question you asked
was... say agreeants for a second. I was going to just jump all over you.
The first question you asked was, what is the policy with my people, my guys meeting appraisers?
Yes.
We automatically, I don't care if the home is a lockbox, it's vacant or whatever, as soon as we have a deal, we take that lockbox off, knowing the appraiser is going to call it and wanting to go in there.
Good.
And we say, sir, we're sorry, that was an appointment-only property. We'll have to meet you out there. Gives us an excuse to go out there and meet.
That's a great idea.
Okay? So now we go out there, and this is a people business. You have to read right off the bat. And when they go out there, they're going to have a little envelope that says appraiser on it, and it has the best comps that we found. And then you have to read the situation. Is this a guy that is standoffish, or is he someone that doesn't mind hanging out with you? So,
oh boy,
yeah. And you open the door for him,
right.
and really, Give the appraiser the paperwork and ask him. Say, do you need to help? Do you want me to go through this, or would you like to do it on your own and lock up for me? Here's the key. Just throw it in the mailbox.
So last week, Dan, you called in. We invite all realtors to call in. We invite all appraisers to call in. I'd like to hear their view too, because obviously we can't have 100 people in this room every day, but we'd like to.
I was impressed with Mike last week, and he said that he appreciates those. Sometimes we not only do the what's on the MLS, we also do for sale by owners, public record, and we go the extra yard to get that deal done.
But Danny, here's the thing, man. Like, you guys are like legit realtors, and I feel like a lot of people now the market's so hot. You have realtors that you just jumping in. I'm going to get licensed, and I'm going to sell a house to my friends, and I'll do here and there. You guys, pulling the comparable sales out, to provide to an appraiser to say, listen, this is worth, X. That's a good thing, man. I mean, if someone's going to help me do my job better, why is that a bad thing?
We have a fiduciary responsibility to our buyer as a buyer's agent to get them the best deal. And anytime we get news, for example, the appraisal didn't come in, we've already had that conversation with them. No one wants to have a third party come in and say, you paid too much for a house that your realtor said pay for this. It makes you look bad.
Yeah, so I'm not going to ask you to talk for all sellers and all realtors, but you got to know when you put a house on the market what it's going to appraise for approximately.
Well, here's the thing.
Within 10 grand, I would think.
You would think so, but I'm sure you ran into some bad appraisals. And for the most part, we're right there, and I'm very surprised if I list a home that does not appraise. Although I did say earlier in the show, we'll adjust it higher and maybe try to get top dollar. And that's one thing I didn't ask Mike last week was, does he ever take it above and beyond what the last appraisal was? Or does he always come in at that last appraisal and the last comp, and does he ever actually go?
No, we're going to have you guys in together.
When Tom Check brings it in, it what it's worth.
Well, to our credit, and I say this to everybody's credit in this area, appraisers, realtors, professionals involved in real estate transactions, our purchase to purchase agreement price, appraisal to purchase price is a lot better than the national average and even the state average.
Right.
So, all right, hey guys, let's go to a call here and get things going here. If you want to join the conversation, 248-539-9797. We'll go out to John in Royal Oak. Hey, John, good morning. Welcome to our show.
Morning, guys.
Morning, John.
What's going
on? I just had two questions. My wife and I are first-time home buyers, and we just purchased a new home, and so they just started construction on it. So we're looking at about 4 to 5 months for the closing date on the loan. And I guess when is a good time to lock in that interest rate? With rates being where they are now, is it worth?
It's actually,
in ahead of time, or
John, it's a great question, man. We actually, I don't know if you guys got the email yesterday.
We did the construction lock. Yeah.
So we have a long-term lock product out there now where you can actually lock in at current market rates and do what's called a float down. So if you can only relock at one time, but so let's just say for the sake of round numbers, if rates are, and again, I'm not quoting a rate. If rates are 4% right now, and in 3 months they're 3.5%, we can give you the lower rate on that.
Yeah, 180-day lock. 180-day lock. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would. It just depends. When you say when's a good time to lock in, you're going to pay a huge sum of money to lock at one time right now to do a 5-month lock. But with the new product we just have out, like I said, it's a float down. So basically, you've given yourself an interest rate cap. So the highest rate you're going to get is what it is on Monday morning.
Well, it's one less thing to worry about through the new construction process, and allow them to build a house.
Carpeting and paint. Worry about that stuff. Worry about making your wife happy. Don't worry about interest rates. Let us stress about that.
Yeah. So, hey, what Alex is saying is, if the rates are between 4 and 4.25, and you've got a tolerance there, if you feel comfortable locking now, lock now. If you feel you want to roll the dice, you're going to roll the dice. But between 4 and 4.25. We'd have to sit down and do the math, and then you'd have to tell us what's a priority for you. But it's not a bad time to think about locking right now.
Okay. And I had one other question.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Too. And they also, the builder said, would you have, a private inspector as well outside of theirs in the city? Do you guys recommend that to your buyers? Or?
Always. I totally would. 100%.
Always.
I've sold new builds where you look at the floor joists in the basement and look at the nails, and they're missing. They're missing them all along the studs. It's actually crazy. So
it's never bad to get a second, third, or fourth opinion on it, especially somebody you hire, give an independent thought process, take a look at it, and give you some advice. There's nothing wrong with that.
Johnny, you buying in Royal Oak? Is that where the new build is?
No, it's going to be in Novi.
Oh, you're leaving us. All right.
It's okay. Hey, he's got a family and everything. Left the bar scene.
John, it's a good question. Thank you, Harvey. There's bars in Novi also.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly,
John, I'll give a call to the show.
Time, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks
See
a
you,
lot.
Have a good week, buddy. See you.
Thanks for the call, John. Yeah, I'm glad you guys dropped. That's a great call because, 180D locks are available. Call Capital Mortgage Funding. Again, take a look. If you're buying new construction, we would be a great place to get a mortgage from. Again, deal with real professionals.
Well, that's important, though. Like, you're building a house. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the next, 180 days.
So, he's thinking, 4% is a good rate. Does he want to take the chance?
Yeah, but we have the product that floats it down.
No, I understand that. So he's thinking, but he didn't know that before he called. So he's thinking, he's called us. He said, do I take a chance? Let me call the guys up and see what they have to say.
A tip for
great call.
for buyers, the people that are building new homes is talk to the people that have already been in a home that builder built. That house they
walk around.
Yeah, and they'll tell you, they'll give you a lot of information. And so it's very important to walk around the neighborhood.
Information and knowledge.
There
Those
you
are
go.
some key things. All right, right when we come back, 248-539-9797. All of your calls.
At Davenport University, we offer financial assistance and advice that goes far beyond most other schools.
We have a lot of resources in the financial aid department, a lot of seasoned counselors.
Everybody is assigned one financial aid advisor.
They explain different grants, scholarships, and they bring it all to light. 95% of our students receive some type of financial assistance.
We're also experts in veteran benefits.
My advisor has served in the military. They're able to help me step by step.
The funding is there. Work study, GI Bill.
At Davenport, we'll help you develop a financial plan in addition to your academic and career plan.
I would not be going to school if it weren't for my financial aid advisor.
I love my financial aid advisor.
For a head start in financing your education, head to Davenport and get where the world is going.
We've helped 95% of our students with financial assistance. To find out how we can help you, call 855-DAVENPORT. Classes begin May 8th.
Weingarts, everything from lawn to snow.
Hi, I'm Dan Weingarts. Join us for our 72nd anniversary sale going on now through May 6th. Our family has been helping families like yours choose the right power equipment for your lawn since 1945. With all the options in riding and walk-behind lawnmowers, let our experts help you choose one that is right for you. Toro Super Recycler lawnmowers offer smart features like cast aluminum decks and personal pace drive systems. Toro zero-turn riding mowers are exceptionally easy to use and save time with tremendous maneuverability. You can count on durability, reliability, and productivity with Toro. And our expert service technicians and world-class parts inventory will keep your equipment running like new. We've always known that service goes beyond the sale. Visit us to check out Toro Mowers in Utica, Farmington Hills, Cedar Springs, Clarkston, and Ann Arbor, or see all of our anniversary sale specials at Weingarts.com. From our family to yours, thank you for letting us serve you.
Weingarts, everything from lawn to snow.
Come to Northville Lumber. Let's get started.
Dan Petrie here. If you want to add some low-maintenance style to your backyard this summer with a new Trex deck, do what I do and call my friends at Northville Lumber. Northville Lumber has Trex decking as low as $1.79 per foot and stocks more Trex inventory than anyone in the Midwest. Don't wait. Call Northville Lumber now or go to northvillelumber.com.
Come to Northville Lumber. Let's get started.
O'Reilly. Pick up Peak Long Life Universal Pre-Mixed Antifreeze and Coolant for $8.99 a gallon after mail-in rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Protect against damaging rust and corrosion with Peak Pre-Mixed Coolant now $8.99 a gallon after mail-in rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Right now, everything is in bloom at the Jared semi-annual event. Stop in from May 3rd through May 7th and enjoy our best prices of the season. Jared has an amazing collection of spectacular jewelry for you to discover, including exclusive pieces you can't find anywhere else. Don't miss the Jared semi-annual event, May 3rd through the 7th. That's why he went to Jared. Pandora, Tag Heuer, Tacori, and select Movado watches excluded. Other product exclusions may apply. See jared.com for details.
Now, according to the video, if I put the needles in your foot, it'll help the pain in your wrist. Oh, is that the other way around? Whatever. Just lie still and relax. I've done this. Well, I've seen it done hundreds of times. Oh, don't be such a baby.
If your health insurance company doesn't cover acupuncture, it's time to switch to a better alternative. Priority Health Holistic Plans cover acupuncture, medical massage, and more. All by qualified professionals. Visit PriorityHealth.com to see why we're a healthier approach to healthcare.
Celebrating National Nurses Week, Beaumont takes this moment to recognize our nurses. You never do less than your very best, and we thank you. So do our patients. There's no quit in us because there's no quit in you. Beaumont, never settle.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. Tigers over the A's 7-2. They do it with Michael Fulmer allowing 2 runs over 8 innings, and the hitting of Jim Adducey with a bases-loaded triple. Victor Martinez also a 2-out, 2-run single in that one. Tigers and A's tonight, 9:10. The first pitch right here on 97.1 The Ticket. Stanley Cup playoffs. Blues over the Predators, 2-1. Nashville still leads at 3-2. Anaheim in double overtime edging Edmonton, 4-3. Anaheim leads that series 3-2. NBA playoffs, Cavs go up 3-0 at Toronto with a 115-94 victory. West San Antonio goes to Houston and wins it, 103-92, taking a 2-1 series lead. At the Ticket Update desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 9701theticket.com.
All season long, Detroit Tigers manager Brad Ausmus will go around the diamond with Jamie and Stoney. Mornings on 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, 9:32. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call us at Capital all week long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We always take your calls here live in the studio at 248-539-9797. Many of you definitely have to take a look at home ownership. It's a real great path to personal wealth. The tax deduction makes it very affordable. Could you imagine having a home ownership being debt-free? Yeah, take a look also at that 15-year fixed. It's a program we've talked about for several years.
It's our favorite program. Alex and I talk about it all the time.
Boy, if it fits your budget, take a look to see if you can afford an extra $300-400 a month. Find out what the numbers are. It's a great way to go. Even if you have to get that 30-year mortgage, Harry, you can always send additional money. We could show you an amortization chart to keep you on path to pay that house off. So maybe as you get closer to retirement years, you'll have free and clear house. Plus, why not take back that equity? I mean, so many families in 2007 were saying, Harvey, when's this all going to come back? It's back. Values are up, but still, take back your equity by paying additional towards the principal. Great ideas here. And we want to move off to some calls. Let's try Michael out there in Bloomfield. Good morning, Mike. You're live on The Ticket.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up, Mike? Good morning.
Not too much. So this may be a little bit slightly of an obscure question that you probably don't get too often. A little background. I studied construction in school, and I'm in the process of starting a property development company.
Awesome.
And I want to begin to put together some proposals, some of them for home ownership and condo ownership. And one of the problems that I've run into, I've been having trouble kind of finding like projected mortgage rates. Like if I'm trying to say present to someone and say, you know, this would be how much the mortgage rate is or monthly, and it compares to rent in this way. Mm-hmm. So what do you guys think the best way to kind of do that is? I know it's tough because of all the,
volatility. Michael, it's a great question, man. And one of our good buddies, Bobby Efros, we have what's called an Infinity program at our office, where we offer discounts to the people like yourselves, and your clients. We'd be happy to meet with you or a projected client and give you the numbers.
And when are you making your presentation? When are you putting your marketing stuff together? And when are you breaking ground on your project? Because I only have about a 60-year history of mortgage rates, and then we could go through there and we can kind of develop a, what we like to call a range for the future. But understand, we're not weathermen. We don't predict rates. They're always wrong with the weather. We don't like to be wrong with rates. So we can give you a range, and we can show you where they've been, and we can kind of project for you something that in your marketing material or when you're having your conversation, your presentations, kind of a worst case scenario. So if rates are at 4 right now and you say, well, here's a rate, here's the cost at 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6. I'm just saying, if you want to project for your own purposes, you can go ahead, you can find out what the cost is going to be at that point in time.
Exactly. Well, great. That's definitely something that I'll look into then, and hopefully we'll be working together.
Yeah, Mike, here's the thing. I'll cover the show, man, and we'll put together a whole bunch of, flyers and whatever, I don't know, propaganda. And we'll sit down and figure it out for you, man. I mean, we'll help you out for sure, man. I want to help you out.
All right, great. Thanks so much.
You got it, man.
Thanks for listening.
That's a great call because I'm kind of a sabermetrician when it comes to mortgages. I don't really like it that much in baseball. There are some good statistics, but I'm a graph and chart kind of guy. I'm a historical kind of guy.
Really?
And,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, crazy, right?
It's crazy.
I like the call, Mike. A little different too.
So we can kind of show you where things have been, kind of where to go.
Are you the Billy Bean of the mortgage industry?
Well, it's not easy working with high priced guys like you, brother. When you got to manage guys like you, it's pretty tough.
I always refer to your chart.
That's the toughest part of Harry's job.
Like my chart.
Birmingham, your speech, yeah.
Right.
Hey, we have some open lines here. 248-539-9797.
By the way, that last 30-second conversation. This is why I love it. This is why I love our office. Like I can go any place I want in the entire country and do mortgages.
You're not leaving.
That's why I laugh.
I wrote this.
I love you guys.
We have some open lines here. I'm going to go off to Bill pretty quickly here. Don't let anyone photobomb your home buying experience. I don't know. I saw that last night. I read it. I thought it made sense.
What does that mean?
It means don't let people come and rain on your parade, Harry. It means gain knowledge yourself.
Like in real life.
Yeah, like really gain real knowledge and find out how the process works. Sit down with real professionals. Things did change. If you got a mortgage in the last, I don't know, if you got one 10 years ago, things have changed quite a bit. So again, don't let people bum out your experience. Call the true professionals. You can sit down. There's no obligation. Again, we have people in the office all day long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. And Bill, you're buying a house from Farmington Hills. What's going on, Bill?
What's up?
Hey, man, good morning. What's up?
Actually, I'm selling in Farmington Hills. I'm looking to buy in the White Lake area. But anyway, I'm kind of wanting to know if there's a formula for how much money I would need to purchase the next house that I need to pull out of the current house I'm selling.
Well, I mean, you can buy a new house with as little as 3% down, or even 0 down in some cases.
Okay, I mean, I'm just kind of looking to get the best interest rate possible. I've been pre-approved, and the person that pre-approved me is wanting 10% down.
That's ridiculous.
I thought that was high, but I'm not sure if that is high or if that's expected.
Well, it's normal. It's Bill. It's up to you though. It's up to you personally what you want to put down.
And what you qualify for, and what's the timing on the sale of your house, and all that kind of. What's your plan? We talk about a plan on the show all the time. What's the plan? Is the plan that you don't think you can sell the house before you buy the next house, or tell us the plan?
Well, my plan is to sell my house before I buy the next house because most of the proceeds are going toward the next house.
Right. So now then the backup plan is you want the house if the house doesn't sell first. That's what I'm saying. So that's not a bad backup plan either.
Contingent upon the sale of your house?
Pardon me?
Have you identified a home to purchase yet?
Identify the home what?
To purchase.
The new house that you want to buy, have you found one?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Well, that's going to dictate quite a bit of information to you, Bill. In other words, you find the greatest house in the world. It meets all of your expectations, but it needs a lot of work. So if you were working, some guy out there tells you need 10% down, well, that's off the tables because you're going to need those proceeds from the sale of your existing house, maybe to fix up the new house. So I think as you move forward here, and again, we're going to invite you into the office. We'll run all sorts of numbers for you. But I think you need to take a look at the minimum amount that you can purchase a new house for, and then pretty much meet with a professional real estate agent like Dan here. Dan would sit down and basically figure out what you're going to net from the sale of your house based on what they're selling for now.
Right. Yep. Okay.
That's just going to be a simple
Bill,
plan.
We're going to sit down with you after the show, and we'll figure it out for you. But I mean, first of all, you don't need 10% down. Whoever told you that, it's asaninine. I mean,
I thought that was pretty high.
Yeah, it's silly. I mean,
let's take a look at it.
I've saved so many deals lately where someone says you need 10% down or 20% down, and you really can do it, with way less than that. So let's just sit down and put a plan together for you, dude.
Very good.
Sounds good.
Thanks for the call. All right, we got open lines. 240. I was going to throw the number out there.
He brings up a good point. Is what does seller do? Do they put the home on the market prior to finding a home, or do they find the home first so that it's timing?
Well, we talk about a plan. The plan always is most of the time. Always is most of the time. Quote me on that. Always is most of the time. Quote myself. I caught myself. I'm busting on myself here.
Boy.
So
here comes the hate mail.
The plan is
these guys are stupid.
Here you like to correct everybody, and you're an idiot. Yeah,
here it comes.
Okay, I can take it. Broad shoulders. So, anyways, the plan is sell the house first, buy a new house. It doesn't work that way some of the time. So then what we do is we put a plan together and says, okay, let's go with how much do you need and to come up with before you sell your house if you want to enter into that purchase agreement and buy the new house before selling the old house. Let's see if we can come together and make sure your credit's good, the income matches up, the debt ratio is fine, and let's see if we can get you into that house. Because after you sell that house, once you're in the new house, you can recast that mortgage one time with the servicer. So does that mean, everybody in Radio Land?
Break it down for them, buddy.
Yeah, that means you go ahead and you buy the new house first before selling your old house. You take a higher mortgage amount just to get in, then you sell the house, and then we get you in touch with, if we service the loan, we'll recast that loan, bring the balance down. You'll take the money from the proceeds of the sale of that house, throw it down on that balance, and take it down and re-amortize it.
Now, does everyone qualify for that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay.
If they qualified for a higher loan, you can qualify for a lower loan, theoretically.
Dan,
right?
of course, when you go to someone's house, like in this situation, the guy, he has a house in Farmington Hills, thinking about White Lake, and again, it could be anybody's little different cities. But the key is find out how many days on the market is that subdivision selling. And then, of course, you go do a visual. If you see the house isn't in great condition and is going to need to be staged properly, maybe it needs all new carpet.
That's Harvey's cool new phrase. He likes that. Staged. He loves that cool phrase. Staged
But
properly.
if the house isn't ready to go, where you're going to get multiple offers quickly, he might need some time or some money or some effort to get that house sold and position himself for the new house.
100%.
Right.
We start out with a sale of their home and look at the numbers and see what they can get and tell them what they need to do to make it sell.
But the point is, everybody has their own individual plan. There's not a one size fits all here.
But the second part of that is we also put them in the car and drive them around and say, what do you want to buy, and is it really available? And do you think if we build in time for you, to possession time, will you find your home? So, it's important to go out there and see that their home that they want really exists at the price they want.
All right, when we come back, come and join the show. 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
The sub above difference is the shortcut. Just order online, avoid the line, and grab a sub with your name on it. Congrats! You're now the envy of the entire line. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Keep your lawn looking great with MTD mowers from Menards. The 2-in-1 gas mower has both a mulch and side discharge option. It has a powerful 140cc engine, and the 21-inch cutting deck and 6-level height adjuster means getting the job done fast and easy. Its 8-inch high back wheels makes mobility easy in all types of terrain. Get the 2-in-1 mower for just $149. Now during the Menards Spring Catalog Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome to Staples.
Staples guy, I just got to town and I need a presentation printed for a big meeting tomorrow.
Well, Staples has everything you need to print, scan, and fax.
Great. Oh, just got a text. The home office made changes to the presentation.
No problem. You can access your files from a USB, email, or the cloud.
And the meeting isn't tomorrow, now it's today.
Our machines are self-service, so there's no waiting.
And it's not here. Now it's in Ebensburg.
I hear it's lovely this time of year.
Print, scan, fax, and copy at Staples. Your office away from home.
O'Reilly.
If your wiper blades are worn and streaking, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and save $8 instantly on a pair of Rain-X Latitude wiper blades. Improve visibility and save money with Rain-X Latitude wiper blades. Plus, take advantage of our free wiper blade installation. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, I'm Calvin Bordine, and it's time to add that burst of color to your outdoor living space.
It certainly is, Calvin. And Bordine's has the largest selection of blooming shrubs, perennials, and amazing annuals to choose from.
This week at Bordine's, all perennials are 20% off.
Wave petunia and impatient hanging baskets now $16.99.
Plus, all hydrangea bushes are buy one, get one 50% off.
These are all perfect gifts for Mother's Day. Hi, I'm Fiona, inviting you to Bordine's Patio Shop, filled with amazing home decor, garden accessories, and beautiful outdoor furniture, perfect for relaxing on those warm summer evenings.
You're right, Fiona. Bordine's makes it easy for you to enjoy that other room, your beautiful backyard.
This week, our stylish furniture from Jensen, North Cape, and Hanniment are all 50% off.
And take 50% off all in-stock umbrellas.
Bordine's in Rochester Hills, Clarkston, Grand Blanc, and Brighton.
Ram 1500 does more than stand the test of time. It stands up to anything you throw at it or in it. With active level 4-corner air suspension with multiple modes, you can lower it for loading or raise it for off-roading. Long live tenacity, and long live the truck that's as versatile as your needs. The Ram Drive and Discover event is the only place to get America's longest-lasting pickups.
Well-qualified returning FCA employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2017 Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab 4x4 for $199 a month for 24 months with $1,436 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. Available feature based on IHS Automotive VIO registration data for all brands of GVW 1-3 pickup trucks continuously sold in the U.S. since 1988. Dodge and Ram have the highest overall percentage still on the road. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution at least through Ally. Lessee is solely responsible for termination fees. Current lease must end by 6/4/18. 20-cent charge for each mile over 20,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 5/31.
Come help 97.1 The Ticket celebrate the grand opening of the new Golf Galaxy at Lakeside. Today from noon to 2. Come meet the Ticket's Kyle Bogey and the street team at the new Golf Galaxy at Lakeside. Enter to win over $15,000 in prizes from top brands. Stop in all weekend for your chance to win.
Combine your love of sports with your desire to help others. Donate to 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check Program. You might just save a life. CBSDetroit.com/Student Heart Check.
The baseball team that Detroiters love most. The Detroit Tigers live here. 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, 9:47 here in Michigan. Southeast Michigan, that is. Again, this is the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate and Business Show. If you're just watching us on Facebook Live, again, we're broadcasting across the country. Give us a call. Capital Mortgage Funding here in Michigan. We handle just about all 50 states. So don't be shy. Give us definitely a phone call. You'll save a lot of money. Deal with real, honest people. This is the hub of mortgages anyways here in Michigan. This is where all the great information comes from. And again, we'll teach you the path to home ownership. And
did you stay up and watch the Tiger game last night?
I caught most of it, yes, sir.
That's good. My phone's blowing up, okay? Tigers are up. Guys blowing me up about Castellanos. I said, making errors. What I said, I don't care, just hit. And then that Ducci gets up and ropes a triple.
Hey, the Tigers are playing some good ball. In fact, coming up later
do me a favor.
Didn't it start at 10 o'clock last night?
Do me a favor. Hit the ball.
There you go.
I was sleeping.
And again, we're going to have the Tigers broadcast here later in the day today, about 9 o'clock start. We got Pat Caputo coming up with sports just after our show. But first, let's take some mortgage calls here. 248-539-9797. We have Michelle out in Bloomfield Hills. Good morning, Michelle. Welcome to our show.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Michelle. So what's up?
I have a question for you. I'm trying to refinance my home. I finally have some equity in it, and I'd like to pay off some debt and refinance and take some cash out.
It's a great idea.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That's easy.
Have you started that process?
It's a very simple transaction. So it's such a call from Bloomfield. What's the current mortgage balance right now?
Well, it's in Macomb Township.
Oh, but okay. No worries. We're cool with that too.
I have 2 mortgages. My first mortgage is about $180,000, and then I had to take out a second mortgage when we first bought the house to avoid PMI, I think it was, and that's about $36,000 right now. So I'm going to combine those 2 and then pay off some debt.
And so what did the house come in at? What did it appraise it for?
So it came in at $304,000.
Oh, you got plenty of equity. Great.
Decent shape.
This is easy. So, Michelle, like in a nutshell, you can go 80% of the appraised value. We'll give you the cash back. We'll consolidate the first mortgage, the second mortgage, go back to a fixed rate for you, and give you the cash to pay off any other debt. It's really, it's seriously, like the most exciting part of my week is this hour that I do the radio show on. That's a super boring transaction.
Harry, what was that? What did you do 80% of that?
So, Michelle, what's the question?
So my credit score is about 700, and I just want to know kind of like what is a good deal for closing costs and my interest rate. I just want to make sure that I'm getting a good deal because I'm working with actually 3 different companies to try to find who's going to give me the best deal.
Michelle, you got to stop doing that right now. I mean, here, I'm going to call after the show and we'll take care of it. Working with 3 different companies, someone's going to do, someone's going to eventually just lie to you and take advantage of you. That's what's going to happen.
So we were talking about on the break, and we were saying, listen, I mean, you can drive around, to 9 different places, get 9 different quotes. You're going to drive yourself nuts. You have to go with somebody you trust You have to go with somebody who's going to take care of you, and they have a good reputation, and they've been in the business a long time. All right, so that's worth peace of mind. So once we get to the peace of mind thing, we'll figure out the rate is going to be an extremely competitive rate. Your costs with us are going to be less because we don't charge all the costs. But the bottom line is you still have to feel comfortable. So, I mean, getting 3 different quotes, I mean, it sounds okay, and it sounds like the proper thing to do. But sooner or later, they're just going to tell you the wrong thing, and I don't think it's great. It sounds like from everything you've told me, you've got a 72 loan to value, you've got great credit, you've got a very strong equity position, and you should be able to get the best rate and the lowest cost. So that's what we'll take care of. Alex will make sure you get
Michelle,
taken care
I'll give you like 20 minutes call for the show. Is that okay?
Okay, great.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Great
Thank you very
call.
much.
All right, there.
So,
now you got some honest handling your mortgage.
So,
Here's the thing.
Alex, so back in the day, remember when there were like 3 or 4 appliance stores in the area?
Yeah.
And people would drive around all day to save $10 on a washing machine.
What's your time worth?
But they burned $25 in gas in 4 hours of their time, their valuable time, to save $10.
Here,
I can't figure it out.
Here's the thing. So Ned and I are doing our backyard right now. We're doing like all new landscaping and all that stuff. I called 2 people. I called my buddy that owns English Gardens and another friend of mine. And I'm not shopping anybody for price at all. I just wanted to see 2 different ideas.
Designs,
of what like design wise.
Well, let me ask you this.
So hold on, time out, comma, not a period.
I'm not here about your backyard.
So listen, to call nine different landscapers to do it to save $500. I just want to know that someone's going to take care of me.
What you got to do, I don't mind that.
I'll pay more money so I can sleep well at night.
Here, call a 30-second timeout on that. I don't mind people shopping around, but shop people that you know that have been in business. The key is experience level. Have you heard of them? Do they have a good reputation? Are they experienced? And you get the feeling that they're going to take care of you. Not just today, but down the road. What if something happens down the road? If you get something crazy in the mail? What if something gets bumped up? What if the wrong escrow amount's taken? Who's going to service you after the transaction? And who's been around a long time and knows what they're talking about? That's really the bottom line for me.
Word of mouth referrals. But let me ask you this. Is there a general rule of thumb for closing costs? And I never get involved in mortgage.
Yeah, we're the lowest. We're probably the lowest.
It goes like this. There's a range, okay? When I talk about a range, every lender has their own costs. Every lender has certain fees that they have to pay. Right. We're lucky because I'm crazy and I like to absorb all those fees for clients. How's that?
That's great. But so there's not, you can't say, okay, X amount is going to, the closing costs are.
Yeah, you can arrange.
Well, you got to remember too.
Sure, you have to.
There's title, there's title insurance, there's title closing fees.
There's a lot of fixed fees.
There's recording costs with the county.
Right.
I mean, they're legit fees that are out there.
There's third party fees, but then there's the junk fees. Okay, we strip out all the junk fees and we don't charge those, and that's how we can stay competitive.
All right, hey, let's sneak in one more call here. We've got Fadi out there. Okay, good morning. Welcome to our show. Go ahead.
Good morning. I just have a question. I have a current mortgage right now, and I wanted to buy another home, but I didn't want to sell my current home. And I wanted to know if I could do that, if I could just get another mortgage on another house. And then someone had also mentioned to me something about like a convention loan where you could only put 3% down, but pay like a higher interest.
So,
is that something that's available?
Is it a vacation home or is it like an investment property?
No, I mean I live in a home right now, and I wanted to upgrade to something nicer, and I had someone that could potentially rent my home from me. So I figured I don't really want to sell it. I want to keep it because the rental income I could get would pretty much pay for me.
As long as you qualify with both payments, that's a regular old deal. You can do it as little as 3% down.
Yeah. Now the new house will be bigger, let's say, and just so the underwriter's not looking. For example, you can't buy something
on the same street.
Yeah, on the same street that's less money as an investment property. You could do it, but that would require more of a down payment. Fadi, you can get a mortgage, as many mortgages as you qualify for. And that's the key to know again. But if you're buying one as your primary residence or an investment or a second home or a vacation home, there are some differences there. Where would this house be, let's say, even bigger in size?
It would be bigger in size. Yes.
Yeah, you're able to purchase it.
Size, it would be more. So, and then you said that there is such a thing as a 3% conventional loan.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. I don't know if you guys want to talk to me after.
Yeah, of course, man.
We've
got your number. We're off the air in 5 minutes. I'll call you then.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Have a good weekend.
Thanks for the call.
See you, buddy.
There's a lot to know about home purchasing. I want to throw this out there real quick. Of course, property taxes. When you do purchase a home here in Southeast Michigan, the property taxes on that home become uncapped. So you do have to keep that that whole concept of understanding what your future property taxes are going to be. Again, lots of knowledge goes into purchasing a house. Get more professional people involved, and you're going to have a wonderful experience. That music says, hey, guys, it's up. That's it.
Well, another great show. Dan, thanks for coming in. We really appreciate your knowledge and expertise. Alex, as always, you're the best.
Thanks,
and Harvey,
man. We got no hate mail this week. I don't know. Was a fan?
Hey, how do you know?
We don't need that.
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, I'm talking about what I get at the office.
Hey, be sure
you
to
might get that one.
Nice. Be sure to call Capital Mortgage. We have people in the office all weekend long. 1-800-LOW-RATE.
You'd be bored without me, buddy.
I love it, baby.
Hey,
Thank
for
you
Alex
very much,
Lafusi,
everybody.
Harry Glantz, hey, Dan Dubinsky, I'm Harvey Free. We'll see you next Saturday. We got Pat Caputo coming up with sports. Keep it here.
Preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
There are two things every parent wants when their child goes to college. For their child to do well and a way to afford it. Now, with Discover Student Loans, parents can have the best of both worlds. Not only do our loans cover up to 100% of school-certified costs with zero fees, but we'll give them a cash reward for each new student loan if they earn at least a 3.0 GPA or equivalent. That means every A in history or B in math could help them earn a cash reward for good grades. Just one of the many ways we treat you like you'd treat you. Apply now in 15 minutes or less at discoverstudentloans.com. Limitations apply.
It's Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale, where we guarantee you'll love your mattress with a 120-night money-back guarantee. And you'll love Mattress Firm's savings, too. Save up to $1,000 store-wide on the latest